Hi, this is Lexi Rodrigo of naturalmomsblog.com. This is my video review of Dermasilk. That is a line of medicinal quality silk garments made especially for skin with eczema and dermatitis. Now, just as a background, I received a pair of Dermasilk pants for free to review in my blog from Dermasilk Canada. This is the packaging, and this is what it looks like. I can't show you the actual pants because my son is wearing them in school as we speak. Alright, so Dermasilk pants, as I mentioned, are made from silk, and in addition to that, it has an antimicrobial element that is woven into the garment, but it doesn't wash out no matter how many times you wash the garment. I discovered Dermasilk when I was looking through the website of the Eczema Institute of Canada, something like that. And I discovered this is one of the products, one of 3 products so far that have the Eczema Society seal of approval, which means that the product has, among other things, has scientific studies to back up its claims. Now, the claims of Dermasilk are that it has been clinically proven to be effective in the management of eczema and dermatitis. It reduces itching and scratching, and it calms and soothes irritated skin. So my son has been using these Dermasilk pants for 3 weeks now, and I'd like to show you what effect it has had on his skin so far. Alright, so let me show you day 0. This is before. He has some really very bad lesions at the back of his knees. This is where he has his eczema the worst. The other area of his body that is affected are his earlobes. And unfortunately, I don't think I could get him to wear the Dermasilk face mask or head mask. So we've just been using the pants on him. Now, Dermasilk also gave me a form called the Patient-Oriented Eczema Measure, which is a very easy way of quantifying the severity of eczema. On day 1, when I took this picture, my son's POEM score was 18. He had, open lesions. He had oozing, weeping. These lesions would bleed, especially at night when he would scratch them. His skin was also cracked and very dry and rough. And every night he would wake up scratching, and I would wake up to help him ease the itchiness, and we were waking up maybe 5-6 times a night. Now, 7 days later, and his POM score has gone down to 12, or a 33% reduction in severity compared to day 1 or the previous week. By day 8, he no longer had any open lesions, no more bleeding, cracking, oozing, or weeping. His skin would still occasionally feel dry and rough, and we were still waking up at night due to his itching. And his sleep would still be disrupted, but not as much as previously. And finally, 14 days later, my son's POEM score is now down to 10, which is a 44% reduction in severity compared to day 1, and 17% reduction compared to the previous week. By this time, his skin is hardly ever dry or rough, and definitely he doesn't have any more lesions. He's still waking up itchy at night, and unfortunately the measurement POEM is not a perfect measurement, and it cannot capture the fact that even though we are still waking up every night, we are no longer waking up 5 or 6 times a night. Rather, we're waking up maybe 1 or 2 times a night, which is obviously an improvement. I mean, I will take waking up 1 or 2 times a night over waking up 5 times a night any day, okay? So to summarize, what are the pros of Dermasilk? Well, first of all, it's really easy to use. The first time I put them on my son, he said, "Can I wear this every day?" And he has never said that about anything that I have tried on him for his eczema. So to me, that is an indication that he probably felt a lot better and a lot more comfortable as soon as he put on the Dermasilk pants. They're also, they're very lightweight, so he can wear them under his pants all throughout the year, except of course in the summer if he's wearing shorts. Okay. So they're comfortable, they're easy to use, just put them on, slip them off. Easy, they're not binding or anything like that. They're also very easy to wash. It just takes a few minutes, and they dry easily too. And the thing with Dermasilk is you can put them on even when they're wet, because it's the longer that you wear Dermasilk, the better it is. So I've been trying to have my son wear his Dermasilk garment 24 hours a day, except of course when he's having a shower or a bath and when I'm washing them. But as soon as I squeeze the moisture out with a towel, I put them right back on. And in fact, I think it makes it even more soothing that way. And then it dries really fast even when he's wearing them. And also, of course, another plus is the silk helps the body to regulate its temperature. So whether it's warm or it's cold, it's going to help with temperature regulation either way. And of course, the biggest pro of all is that it actually works. There are a lot of studies that have been done showing how beneficial Dermasilk garments are to patients with eczema and other skin conditions. And I'm just very happy that it also helped my son, because I'm always on the lookout for something that will help him with his eczema that doesn't require steroids. There are some cons too. The biggest one is that it's quite an investment. You will have to make an initial investment. These Dermasilk garments are made in Italy and they are not cheap. For example, these pants, if I bought them, would have cost me something like 77 Canadian dollars. And then with shipping, taxes, it would have been close to 100 Canadian dollars, probably a little over. Also, I noticed that the shipping, the company charges a flat shipping rate of $15 within Canada, and I'm really wondering, because it's so lightweight and it's so small, that it costs $15 to ship. But then, shipping is really expensive in Canada to begin with. But there is a return on investment study in the site. And you make an initial investment, but eventually it's worth it, because if it's going to reduce your child's need for other medications or other treatments, other ointments, then it will pay for itself. For example, since I started using this on my son, I only used it with the Aveeno eczema care cream on him, and I stopped all the other ointments that I was using on him. And for example, one of the ointments was like $30 per tube. So eventually, if I don't have to buy that ointment anymore, then the savings, is brought by the Dermasilk, so it will pay for itself eventually. Another con is that, these are garments and children grow, so eventually they will outgrow the garments and you will have to buy another one. As you can see, the size 5'6" fit my son perfectly. He's 5 years old and it fit him perfectly. but I'm thinking maybe a year down the road they will be too small, too short for him, and we will need another pair. And finally, the final disadvantage really is that even though Dermasilk garments really help alleviate the itching and the inflammation, well, it's not a cure for eczema. Unfortunately, we don't know what will cure eczema, but I'm just aware that as soon as my child stops using this, his skin condition is probably going to worsen, and probably have a flare up again. So, but until we do find the cure for eczema, I'm glad that we have this option of using a Dermasilk garment on top of a moisturizer, you know, to help my child feel a lot better and to help his skin heal and you know, recover from all the trauma that it experiences from the constant scratching. So there you have it. You can, if you're interested, you can check out Dermasilk at Dermasilk.ca. That is a Canadian website and distributor. I know it's also distributed in Europe, probably by another Dermasilk company in Europe. If you are in the States, you can order from Dermasilk.ca. They do ship to the United States. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions to me about how Dermasilk is used, feel free to post your questions in the comments below. Or if you have questions for the company, the makers of Dermasilk garments, you can also post it in the comments below, and I'll make sure that they receive your questions so that you can get your answers. Thanks very much for watching.